Hey guys, it's Kate and I hope you're having a great day. I have my Liquitex Rose Pink and Lime Green and I'm going to get started with these today and we'll just go from there. I'm working in my art journal and so I have a new page that is taped and ready to go. So I'm going to put a little bit of those paints on my mixing plate along with some white gesso, and I'm actually going to grab my mop brush for this because I want to get a nice smooth background to start with. So it's going to be smooth and blendy. So I'm just going to dab into my paint and start working it in. And this is kind of a new brush, so I might get a little bit of shedding, but that's okay. I can always pick it out. Okay, I'm going with the Plan B mop brush. That other one just shed way too much. So now I'm going to go in with this. This one actually is Artist Loft. I got it at Michael's. So I'm going to grab my water spray. I'm just going to give it a super light mist just to kind of moisten it a bit. And I'm going to keep working with my paint. I want to get a nice, smooth, blendy finish. And I really thought that the sort of pink and the green would go nice together, but also I'm going to add plenty of white just to help get that blending, especially in those transition areas. It's so sort of dreamy. And I'm not cleaning my brush or anything. I'm just letting the colors kind of blend together on it. And I'm just alternating between colors. And I love how this is coming out. It's just really pretty to me. It's very cloudy. I'm going to add just another couple of mists. Nothing major. I just want to have it just blend a little bit easier. I'm spraying far away because I don't want my paper wet. I just want to facilitate the blending. And since I'm putting on kind of a thin coat, it's going to help just get that cloudy look that I'm looking for. Up in this area, I think I want to do a little bit more blending also. It's a little bit dry and streaky for me. So I'm just going to go over it with a little bit of gesso. All right, I went off camera while this dried and I grabbed some collage paper that we made together in a previous video. So I had this paper here. This was an old magazine sheet and it actually had this flower vase up in the corner, and I thought I would love to use this on this page. I think that looks really pretty. And then we also did some mark making on a sheet of deli paper and I cut a few strips out there. And then I also found this that we did with alcohol ink, and it made this really nice sort of translucent colored rainbow background. So I think I'm going to play around with that a little bit and do some collage to finish out this journal piece. But before I do that, I want to do a little bit of scribbling with my pigment liner, and this is a really narrow tip. It's a 0.05, and I'm just going to make some of my script marks here, and I'm not even really going to be writing anything intelligible or that makes sense, but it's going to be kind of faint, and I want to have this kind of going on in the background behind my collage pieces, just as a little bit of an extra bit of texture. And you'll be able to see this coming through a little bit also. So next I want to add a little bit more color to this, and so I'm going to just cut some pieces out of here And I'm going to avoid that crease, but I'm going to just have some interest, maybe like that, and add a little bit more color. And I'll just cut a couple of round pieces here. I wonder how that'll look. I will try one of these, maybe a little bit smaller. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll make little stripes like I did with the others. Let's see how this looks. I'm going to grab my matte medium and just get a few drops on here and start putting down this collage paper. Now everything is dry, so it should go down pretty well. And then I'll just go over it again, and we'll be able to keep that color going. Next, I'm going to put on these collage pieces. And I think I did this one maybe first. I think I had the two larger ones toward the middle, but however it goes down now is the way it's going to go down. Just make sure to press down firmly with whatever tool you're using. You can use like a credit card or anything like that. And then I would like to add a few of these gold circles. That's how it's going to go. Okay, so I'm going to grab my matte medium and I'm going to get my flowers on first. Okay, I've got everything glued down and it's starting to dry. Now with the magazine paper the way it is, it's a little bit wonky with rippling, and especially since I'm working on mixed media paper, but once I kind of close this up, it'll help flatten it a bit. But I feel like this strip right here is just kind of empty and it sort of cuts down everything. So I'm just going to grab my pigment liner again and add some more script, just so that it gets a little bit of some kind of texture. And I have a little bit of wetness there, but that's okay. It just adds something here so that it's not just sort of broken up. And I might actually, well, I won't do it over there. Maybe I can do it in some pencil. Yeah, pencil works. Just a plain number 2. All right. I really love how this looks so far. So next, what I want to do is kind of highlight a few of these little things. So I'm going to grab something. I'm thinking maybe my pencil again, or maybe a colored pencil. And I want it to go along with the colors I've got here. So you know what? I'm going to grab my Crafter Square metallic marker. Now these aren't that metallic, but boy, I love them. So I think I'm just going to trace along the outside of this so that it has more contrast with the background and kind of comes forward some more. So I pulled this little sentiment off my little sheet that I got at Temu. And it says, it's always the small pieces that make the big picture. And I think that works really nicely for this painting. So I'm actually just going to cut this in half. And where do we want this? How about right about here? I like that. And there's a good amount of contrast on here. I think this was a really fun journal page. So let me just get my tape off and then we can look at it unveiled together. All right, let's let's do the close-up. This one was a lot of fun. Once this dries a little bit, I might go back over it with a little more marker, but I think that looks pretty good to me. And it's busy, but I like the sort of subtle busyness of it. And I love these little pieces of collage paper on here. I really enjoyed doing this. So I hope you enjoyed this. Try something like it yourself. If you have any papers or magazines or anything lying around, just go nuts in your art journal. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And until next time, keep creating. Bye.